So no matter what is going on, this is just like part two to what I already the video I already made. Keep going, keep striving, keep pushing, and you make it out on the other side more beautiful than you did coming in by the just by believing in yourself. That's enough to stir enough emotion in you to just keep doing what it is that you love to do. I know my message was to fly first, love yourself, and I kind of, not kind of, but I like didn't implement the principles to do that. But I forgive myself, and I promise to take the step moving forward to love on me wholeheartedly, mind, body, soul, and spirit, every aspect of me through all timelines, realms, and dimensions. So I just call down divine justice and judgment and divine protection while I go throughout this life. You know, some things is just a ripple effect to action, choices, and decisions that I chose to do. And I take full responsibility and accountability. Like, I'm just going to acknowledge my accountabilities right now. So, while I was in the stage of not, of going through, I guess, the cycle loops of torment or uh, torture of death, like really dying over and over again, waking up dying, waking up dying, waking up dying. As a karmic cycle I was telling you about, you know, it was like I decided in myself to just give up because I was tired of it. I was tired of it spiritually, I was tired of it mentally, I was tired of it emotionally, just going through it, and tired of my emotions and feelings and my spirit just being pulled and tugged in different areas. So I was tired of just being in a conscious state of hell. I ain't gonna say hell, just a conscious state of um not being up above, because hell could be anywhere, and living on earth can sometimes be hell depending on what timeline you on. So I guess if you want to call it hell, it was hell, whatever. But while I was on that stage or in that type of mindset, it was like I gave up on myself. I gave up on my daughter. I gave up on my babies. And I just said, fuck everything. And I just was internalizing myself. Just try not to feel or think or really be, because it was like I was hard to live in my body. You know what I mean? To feel happiness and feel glad, sadness or anger or any type of emotion. And it was like every time I would try to pick myself up, I'll get knocked back down. Was all happening, not just it was happening physically to me, and my body was reacting and responding to it. But a lot of this was happening spiritually in the spirit realm. So on the outside looking in, you would never know that was going on with inside me. And being as though I gave up on myself and my babies, especially my youngest daughter, it's like with her schooling, I stopped taking her to school. I stopped caring about her schooling because it was like fuck the education system, and it was just like fuck everything. And I failed her and miserably with her learning and reading and writing to the point where she like doesn't like to do it, you know. And I know that's my fault and responsibility for that. Despite what I was going through, I should have like pushed through to try and make sure that she gets to the level that she needs to be to learn to at least the basics, read and write and math and things like that. So that was something that I really take heart to, because it really was something that it really is something that I deal with now with her. And it's like as I'm trying to push her forward, it's like I realized how much important and how much our people have fought for education, coming from not, being allowed to read and write to now doing it to my daughter. I know that's something that I have to pay the price for, despite what was going on with me internally. It was like that wasn't enough to just stop everything. And I felt so stuck that I just stopped trying because I was just tired of being knocked back. And I know I take accountability for the abortions that I had carelessly, mindlessly, not blaming nobody, but that was just something I did against my body that I honestly didn't take the time to realize is wrong. Like more than once, more than twice is wrong. You know, taking a life out of here, you're just contributing to the murder rate, in my opinion. You know, even though in some circumstances a woman does feel like she doesn't want to go through because she doesn't want to be tied down to that man or her circumstances. This is why adoptions and stuff happen, but it's like her, your body, your choice. But I just feel like I need to take accountability for that. And then it's like I don't have any more shame towards these things. I forgive myself, but it's like I realize a lot of that is which will try to be dangled over my head to have access to me because I didn't forgive myself wholeheartedly at the time. So only thing I can do is right my wrongs, despite what I'm going through mentally and emotionally and all it. You still gotta keep it pushing and moving. And some days it's hard. It is. And I don't look for sympathy or nothing. It's just something that I know I gotta just keep pushing forward to. So as my oldest child tell me, you gotta do it all. Like you gotta try to get your mind, body, spirit together. You gotta find a way to call in your wealth. She ain't say that, but I say that. Calling your wealth. You gotta make it happen for your babies. You gotta make it happen for yourself. Even though, you got a lot going on within yourself, you know. And I believe that realizing like wholeheartedly taking not just accountability, but really owning up to your part and your role that you play in your life is really, really important. Because I could sit and blame the fact that I know that he pulls and tugs at my energy and uses my daughter, her frequency and energy all day long. I could say that all day long. But I can't, I have to take accountability for my role that I played, in which I do. And I'm going to continue to take accountability for my role. That's why I always call down and balance the scales, where it's like I call down divine justice and judgment over myself too, over my own heart, because I'm not perfect, you know. I'm living this human vessel and I do shit that a lot of people shouldn't or judge that I should or shouldn't do. And, so it's like as an adult, you just realize that you just take accountability, own up to it. It's nothing else you can do. And I know my kids like suffer because they were separated from me because of me deciding to even open up to take LSD in the first place. That's how this even all started, and opening up to a whole new frequency or new energy or whatever. And I could say it was a blessing and a curse at the same time. You know, I could say that it was. I don't know. Some would say it wasn't the right decision. Some would say it was the wrong decision. But it was a choice that I made. And I take accountability for it. And that's all I can do. Anyway, this is video diary party number 15 or whatever. I just wanted to get that out there and just send my sincerest apology to myself. So that's it. Bye.